Have you ever felt stuck, like you're living a life that just doesn't make sense? And no matter what you do, nothing seems to change. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Today, I'm going to share 5 clear signs that you might be living a messed up life, and more importantly, how to fix it. The pain of feeling lost and without purpose is real, but here's the good news. There's a way out. Stick with me, and let's figure out how you can turn things around and reclaim your life. Have you ever had that sinking feeling in your gut, like you're trapped in a life that doesn't quite make sense? Maybe you've asked yourself, is this really it? You keep moving through the motions, trying different things, but no matter what you do, nothing seems to change. It's like being stuck in a loop. You want out, but you don't even know where the exit is. If that resonates with you, you're far from alone. A lot of people feel this way, but most don't even realize it, or they're too afraid to admit it. Today, we're going to dive into something real. 5 signs that you might be living a messed up life. And more importantly, we'll talk about how you can start fixing it. Because let's be honest, the pain of feeling lost, directionless, or like you're just drifting through life without purpose is real, and it stings. It can keep you up at night, make you question everything, and leave you wondering, how did I end up here? But here's the thing, there's hope, there's a way out. And the fact that you're here, reading this right now, means you're already taking that first step. So stick with me, and let's figure out how to turn things around, how to reclaim your life and get back on track. Let me paint a picture for you. You know, as humans, one of the hardest things for us to face is the truth. Sounds intense, right? But let's be real. It's not just about the big, life-altering truths. It's the everyday stuff that trips us up. The truth stings when we're living in a way that doesn't match up with reality. Take a moment and think about it. When was the last time you were brutally honest with yourself? I mean, really honest. It's tough. Let's say you've been putting on weight lately. Deep down, you know why. It's because you've been skipping workouts or grabbing junk food instead of eating something healthy. Or maybe you're feeling financially stressed. You know you haven't been saving or putting in the effort to grow your income. But instead of facing it, you might brush it off, telling yourself, oh, it's fine, I'll get to it later. Or even worse, you start thinking, I should just do whatever feels good in the moment. Life's too short to stress. Sounds familiar? But here's the problem with that mentality. It leads straight to a dead end. Sure, it feels good for a moment to take the easy road, but where does that road actually take you? Nowhere fast. If you're getting something out of this video, take a second to hit that like button and make sure to subscribe to the channel. That way, you'll stay in the loop for more content that's all about helping you grow and live a better life. And hey, if you want to go the extra mile and support the channel, consider becoming a member. It really helps us keep creating content like this for you. Thanks for being here, and let's keep moving forward together. Let me share a little story. Imagine you're on a road trip. You know you're supposed to be headed to this amazing destination, a place where you feel happy, fulfilled, and alive. But somehow, you took a wrong turn. Now, instead of heading towards that bright, beautiful place, you're driving in circles, stuck in a town where everything looks the same, nothing excites you, and the roads are all closed off. Every time you try to leave, you end up right back where you started. That's what life can feel like when you're not living in alignment with your truth. It's frustrating, and after a while, you start to wonder if you'll ever find your way out. But guess what? You're still in the driver's seat. You can change direction anytime you want. You can choose to stop wasting your days and start playing this game of life differently. It's all about becoming aware of where you're stuck and making a conscious choice to do something about it. Because trust me, once you see the signs, you'll know exactly where the roadblocks are, and that's when you can start tearing them down. So, let's get into it. It's time to stop living on autopilot, stop running from the truth, and start taking control of your life again. You've got more power than you think. You just need to know how to use it. Let's break it down and turn things around, one step at a time. A big sign that you're wasting your time, not having your own goals. Like, have you ever thought about whether you're living your life on autopilot? Sometimes we follow what society says is the right way, like go to school for 15+ years, get a job, work until retirement. Sure, that works for some, but what if you're just going through the motions without ever asking, wait, is this really what I want? When we live by these preset rules without checking in with ourselves, life can feel flat, like you're just existing, not really living. Now here's where Buddhism and neuroscience come in. In Buddhism, there's this idea that life has no fixed purpose. You create your own. And guess what? Neuroscience backs that up, showing how the brain is wired to adapt and grow. You're not stuck with the goals society hands you. You have to take a step back and ask yourself, what makes me feel alive? What are the things I'm passionate about? Finding those answers is like lighting a fire inside you, and that fire is what helps you set goals that actually mean something to you. It's not an overnight thing. It can take months, even years, to really figure out what drives you. But that journey, it's the whole point. It helps you see life as it really is, a precious gift. And hey, life isn't always easy, but it's still a gift, right? So don't be afraid to dream big. And not just dream, turn those dreams into goals, into real things you're working towards. If you just drift through life without creating your own purpose, it's like throwing away something priceless. So take charge and create a life that feels meaningful, one step at a time. Before we dive deeper into these 5 signs, I just want to mention that I've left a list of 4 incredible books down in the video description. These books have been game changers for me personally, and they're packed with insights that can really help you on your own self-development journey. If you're serious about taking control of your life and growing, definitely check them out after the video. They're great tools to help you keep pushing forward. All right, let's talk about something serious. Addiction. It's the 4th big sign that you're throwing your life away. The crazy part is, a lot of people recognize they're addicted to something, but since it feels good in the moment, they just pretend it's not a problem. The issue? In most cases, addictions end up wrecking your life, even if it doesn't feel like it right now. Take drug addiction, for example. It can tear apart families. Kids grow up without dads, women lose their partners, and mothers lose their kids. You might be thinking, well, I don't do drugs, so I'm good. But hold up. What about pornography? Believe it or not, experts say porn can be just as addictive, if not worse, than cocaine. You've probably heard that before, but here's the thing. Why do you keep ignoring it? Why are you okay with watching that kind of stuff when deep down you know it's bad for you? This addiction isn't just a personal issue, it's affecting an entire generation. Instead of learning, improving skills, or building a future, people waste their time and energy on this junk. But you know that, right? If you're dealing with a porn addiction and want to break free, I've made a video to help with that. The key is to replace a bad addiction with a positive one. There's always a healthier alternative. For instance, I'm hooked on training calisthenics because it helps me manage my anxiety. Instead of picking up a cigarette or reaching for alcohol, I go for a workout. You need to challenge yourself. Go after that real dopamine boost by doing stuff like lifting weights, running, or hanging out with friends. Ditch the cheap dopamine from smoking, drinking, porn, or even binge playing video games. That stuff, it's only robbing you of your life. Now, on to the 3rd sign, that you're throwing your life away, focusing on people who just don't matter. You know those people who constantly criticize and nitpick you? Don't waste your time on them. If they're the only friends you've got, it's time to learn how to be okay with being alone. This isn't just about friends either. Romantic relationships can be just as dangerous. Don't get into a relationship with just anyone because you're feeling lonely. That's only going to make you strong in all the wrong ways. The temporary pleasure might feel good, but it weakens your spirit in the long run. Never jump into a relationship with someone you barely know. Starting something serious with a stranger? It's one of the worst things you can do. The odds of it working out are slim to none. Trust me, it's a total waste of time and energy, investing in people or relationships that don't add any real value to your life. So instead of throwing your life away on people who don't matter, focus on building yourself up. Be disciplined. Go after your goals with intention. And more importantly, be real. Stick to values and principles that matter. Here's the thing. As long as you stay in a loser mindset, you'll keep attracting other losers into your life. Start walking the path of the lone wolf. Until you mature and know yourself, relationships, whether friendships or romantic ones, won't truly fulfill you. And that feeling of freedom when you're not tied down to anyone but yourself, it's empowering. You're doing it for you and for something bigger than yourself. And that's where real fulfillment starts. All right, so let's dive into this next big sign, not being present. Honestly, this one's a tough one, and I'll admit, I still struggle with it myself. Have you ever thought about how far you could get in life if you stopped spending so much time stuck in the past, or even daydreaming about the future? We get so caught up in what's already happened or what might happen that we forget to focus on what's happening right now. Here's the thing, the past, it's gone, doesn't exist anymore. The future, it's just an idea. It hasn't happened yet, but the present, that's where the power is. Think about it. Only the present moment can change your future past and create your future present. Yeah, read that again. Only the present can change your future past and create your future present. What you do right now is the only thing that actually matters, because that's what shapes everything moving forward. So stop burning energy, worrying about the future, or obsessing over the past. It's like trying to grab smoke. The past is already history, the future's a mystery, and today is a gift, and that's why it's called the present. I love that quote, by the way. Sure, we can look back at the past to learn from it and think about the future to set goals, but don't get stuck there. Dwelling on nostalgia or stressing about what's ahead isn't helping you grow. It's just holding you back. Now, on to the number one sign you're throwing your life away. Not keeping the promises you made to yourself. Be honest. How many promises did you make to yourself at the beginning of this year? Did you stick with them? No worries if you didn't. I didn't nail all of mine either. But here's the important part. What are we doing about it now? Are you still trying to become that person you envisioned at the start of the year? Or have you let it slip because you lost motivation? Listen, it's not over yet. We've still got 3 months left in the year, and 3 months, that's enough time to change a habit. All you need to do is tap back into that spark you had at the beginning of the year and start building some good routines. Just remember, it's never too late to turn your life around. The path might be tough, and it's definitely narrow, but it's worth it. Take the time to know yourself and focus on making progress, one step at a time. All right, we've reached the end of this journey together. If you've made it this far, I just want to say thank you for sticking with me. I know some of the stuff we covered today might have hit hard, but that's the point. We're here to wake up, face the truth, and start making real changes in our lives. If you're ready to take those steps, remember, it's never too late to turn things around. Now, if you found value in this video, go ahead and hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That way, you won't miss out on any future content that's going to help you keep growing and leveling up. Also, if this video made you think of someone who might need to hear this, do them a favor and share it down with them. And hey, I love hearing from you guys, so make sure to drop a comment down below. I read and respond to every single one of them, and I'd love to know what resonated with you or what you're working on in your own life. Let's